The woods will humble a man in a hurry. Some of these boys are about to learn that lesson on camera. Sit tight. Tree work is full of surprises. Some are pretty, some are downright shocking. Oh, well, I guess this is what best friends are for. He is mighty lucky he did not come down right on top of that running saw. Nothing worse than being way up a tree when it decides to keep your favorite saw for itself.
Holy shit! Almost.
You gotta respect the grit. Most men would call it a day. He just kept at it for hours. Some folks swear this is fake. Say, no real job is this insane. It is real. That is not mud. That is a full-on swamp. Did not think he would make it an inch.
Hey! Hastasınız Mario hayatı edin.
You cannot even call this an accident. The stump cut is aimed dead at the neighbor's living room.
Wow.
Another one comes down with no warning. He never saw it coming. Ready for some real adrenaline? He is beating nature at its own game with a sharp saw and a smart plan. Watch the trunk ride that sled cut down. This is a masterclass in tree work. Now let's see this thing hit the forest floor. Take some dry spruce and add 1,000 horsepower from that Cat C27 V12, and you get 100 tons of chips an hour. This more bark eats timber for breakfast.
A to je to, že to není ukotvený.
See how the tractor just yanks the tree straight through? That is the APOS pull-through system. The knives reset themselves once the weight lifts off. No fancy electronics, just solid hydraulics and good old pulling power. Great teamwork here. The climber and the groundman are dead in sync, lowering those heavy limbs without touching a thing. And this next one shows how fast it all falls apart when that teamwork slips.
Hij wil niet.
I look at that notch and wonder if they meant to fell the tree or just give it a haircut. Way too high. Gravity was always going to beat that little wedge. Talk about high output. This Kessler 28RH head is famously quick, leaves a lot of standard rigs in the dust. The operator's rhythm is spot on, standing timber into clean logs in seconds, logging from the future. Watch how easy the Komatsu 895 handles those heavy logs. Built for timber, not just brush with that kind of reach. A few more storms like this, and we're not going to have any forest left. "60 years is a good long run." That rot in the heartwood says it was finally time for this pine to rest. They do not build them like this anymore. Simple machine, made to work a lifetime. No fancy electronics in sight. Interesting to watch the optical scanner work on this Ravor WD 1400. It reads each log and adjusts on its own. anywhere from 8 to 55 inches. Same clean debark every time. Who needs an escape path when you have got that much confidence and a saw that has seen better days? Sometimes it is not about the perfect log. Sometimes it is just getting a dangerous giant down without hitting a thing. Real impressive work on some ugly timber. Just another day in the British Columbia woods, fighting rain and gravity. Memories takes a lot of grit to keep bucking when the mountain is this slick. Would you trust your driving on a cliff road with a load this heavy? This fella makes steering that man 6x6 look easy. All right, folks, we are out in Swedish Lapland today. Matthias is loading timber near Arvidsjaur before the long haul down to the Piteå plant. Gravity just took the wheel on that one. I would be more scared of that crane swinging than the tree itself.
In the bucket, just pull it to the bucket.
The Billy Bob Tree Service strikes again. Another one for the highlight reel. Funny looking, sure, but you cannot argue with results. That little bell loader tosses heavy logs around like toothpicks. That man has got serious core strength. Holding that position while running a saw is flat out insane. Folks keep asking if it is okay to cut these down. Tree looks healthy, but this is a licensed job. Even the giants come down by strict government rules. Still, a little heavy on the heart. Working in deep snow adds a whole other level of hard. That Ural 4320 with the Kamaz engine is really earning its keep against this current.
And there it goes. Go, go, go!
Tough day in the woods when the ground calls the shots more than you would like. Gritty work. But watching these dangerous oaks handled with that much care, that is satisfying.
Oh, really?
High-volume chipping that can move. This Italian-built drum chipper has a 47 by 24-inch inlet, and it pushes up to 170 cubic yards an hour. Built for contractors who move fast between sites, without giving up that 32-inch drum. Looks like it is cutting left to right. Pretty unusual setup for a mill. Keeping your face that close to a spinning chain is asking for trouble. One kickback, and this home project turns into a life-changing injury in a split second. That log just barely cleared the edge of the roof. You are looking at a 6-wheel drive beast with no power steering. Wrestling this through the woods is a full-body workout. Takes real strength and total focus. The Lungau Mountains. Postcard views, brutal work. Steep slopes, swinging timber, and no room for a wandering mind. In the mountains around Sokolak, time moves differently. Now the Furmans still work the way their grandfathers did, and the wood still comes down the mountain. The old ways hold. He's standing inside the danger triangle, the one spot the piece returns to. It returned.
Maar dat kan niet dicht. Ik kan gewoon op mijn vinger.
He lost the ladder, lost the bucket, and somehow kept the saw. Priorities? Questionable. Grip? Excellent. The 661 is cutting aggressively. But here's the honest question. Were both chains fresh out of the box? A sharp chain makes any saw look like a champion. The real difference might be steel, not engine. Reggie Coates sent a lot of viewers here, and it shows. The climb looks effortless. That illusion took years to build. No wheel spin, no drama, steady torque, and that oak slides across the field like it agreed to come. Finished design, built for exactly this. Over 3,300 pounds of logs behind an ATV. The swivel bogie keeps the load steady off-road. One person, one trailer, one cleared forest block. Hung-up trees are the problem nobody volunteers for, and that's why they leave the stump on their own terms. Chips flying, stump shrinking, the yellow Carlton at full power. The alternative is a shovel and a lost weekend. Nobody chooses the shovel. Wet bark, gone in seconds. The more bark head turns a rough, messy pole into clean wood before the next log even arrives. No rope, no safety gear, a bad hinge. Stack enough small risks and the tree chooses for you.
Csenge telefonált, jöjjön. Baszd meg!
Calling it art is fair. A 2-ton tree, 1 sedan, and a sculpture nobody commissioned.
А ничего, еще не готовы. Сегодня оно подломалось. Вот такие вот дела.
Tomsk Oblast, deep winter. Long logs out of the taiga, through snow that buries roads. The Kamaz and its driver split the toughness 50-50. Look closely at the right front tire. The tread runs backwards. Mounting mistake or mud strategy? The comments can settle this one. Who needs a stunt budget? One bear, one tree, and one man discovering his personal best in climbing. Smashed cab mirrors are a farm tax. Branches collect it yearly. Fleigel's answer mounts on the front loader. 3 circular blades, trimming the tree line before it trims your equipment. Worth the investment? Depends how much you like buying mirrors. A 66-inch Simon circular blade. At that diameter, giant logs stop being a challenge and start being a schedule. That is it for today. We love having you here at Machine Universe. Stick around because the next one is even bigger. Catch you later.